Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to the Duel Ethan cast. I'm your host, Ethan Hunt, and we are
I'm Ethan.
Yeah.
I'm Ethan. Yeah, it's like
So we tried to do a
so
take.
funny the 10th time.
We tried to do a take one of this, and it didn't work out. But the topic today is the tragedy of 2020.
Whoop whoop! We all in it together, boys.
So we're gonna start this out, actually in 2019. I know you don't want to hear about it, but it's okay, buddy. We'll actually start this out in the year 2019, where either late November or early December, there was this man in Wuhan, China, who ate or bit into a bat, and it had this disease that is going to spread out in the entire year of 2020. And the symptoms did not show up until 2 weeks later. And by then it was spreading like crazy. It was spreading like a wildfire. And while this was happening, in January 26th, 2020, we lost a famous basketball player named Kobe Bryant. Who there's a conspiracy. Huh?
Was it Kobe Bryant? I thought it was fucking.
No, it was Kobe Bryant.
What?
I did my research, man. Kobe Bryant
God
died.
damn it! I did the wrong one. It was.
Yeah,
I'm retarded.
He died in a helicopter.
I was thinking another one for a minute.
I'll
ruin the moment.
He died in a helicopter with his 13-year-old daughter, and it is said, there's a conspiracy theory said that it was actually planned.
How would that be planned on a real note? Enlighten us.
Maybe because it was probably bombed, because it exploded up in the air.
Why would they kill him though?
Huh?
Why would they? Why kill him then? What do they get? What do you get out of killing a basketball player? I don't know.
It's just a conspiracy. It's said that Shaq planned it because there's a cartoon.
Shaq?
Yeah, there's a cartoon that says.
That's the cartoon?
No. Okay, let me explain. So there's a cartoon that has Kobe Bryant in a helicopter. It explodes and all his trophies are out. And then they're like, well, those are Shaq's anyways. And it's said that Shaq planned it. I don't believe this. I don't believe it. I think it's just a coincidence. This was made in 2017, 3 years later.
That's
blah, blah.
quite a ride.
Yeah. Are you snorting?
I was.
Okay.
What a conspiracy theory. That's for me.
February, the virus was spreading to America, and nobody noticed. And then into March is when the big reveal happened. People were dying, the virus was getting bigger, and the government had to do something about it. So they set up quarantine.
Yeah.
And everyone had to be quarantined. You had to wear a mask. People lost their jobs, everything. And the highest point of unemployment rate is happening this year. Like, unemployment is just up all the fucking way.
We're doing the podcast too early because this is a prequel to the Civil War that's happening when unemployment won't matter. We're all just
we're just all fucked.
Yeah, we're all just at arms right now. So we're getting the podcast out before the collapse of America, so we can talk about stuff.
Don't listen to him.
Please don't add to 2020, bro. We've had enough, man. We've had enough.
But no, so this is happening, and for a few months we're trying to get used to the new normal. Well, it keeps on going up because if you haven't noticed, around our age group and younger have been going out and partying and making
Well,
the
also
virus
schools are
worse.
open, which aren't helping either.
So, there's this thing in New Orleans called the Mardi Gras.
Mm-hmm.
And like 97% of those people that went there got the virus. Like,
That's just tragic.
the virus is just spreading like crazy. But so we're getting used to it a few months, and then the incident happened. And you know what incident happened?
What? Light on me.
We're gonna be talking about George Floyd.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Here's where it
And
gets.
we're gonna be talking mainly about the protests, and people may have lost their lives during the protest.
Because of COVID or just
People killing other people.
Oh yeah.
So George Floyd died from a cop killing him. I think he shoot him. I didn't really see the video.
No, he sat, or didn't sit, he put his knee on his neck for like minutes straight until he passed away.
Yeah.
Oh, nice hit, Benji. That was a swing.
No, you can't have that. So, what he did, and this has caused an outbreak because George Floyd was black. And this caused an outbreak, a bunch of protests to lead up to the breaking of America and everywhere. People are doing Black Lives Matter and stuff like that. I believe in it. I think Black lives do matter, though. Because, like, I think all lives matter, really. Because there's no really color. You don't really have to, I don't really see color in people. It's, you're a person. That's all it is. And I don't get why people would see color and want to like kill someone over the color of their skin. Like I don't get that. But this brings me up to something that happened before George Floyd. This is the same thing that happened. There's this guy named George Zimmerman that killed a black guy. And it caused controversy. Now, it wasn't this extreme.
Yeah.
But he was trying to say that it was self-defense, and then they found out that in actuality, it wasn't self-defense. And this is the exact same thing that happened with George Floyd. George Zimmerman was trying to hide it, trying to get away with it, and he didn't. And he killed this innocent black kid.
Mm-hmm.
And now George Floyd died, and it's just the way that people reacted to it that made me like go, what the fuck are they doing? What, this is setting us back like hundreds, like years, decades.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are we doing this?
It's an actions of few that is, are the bad people, but I mean, there's so many people out here that actually are good at heart, and everyone knows that it's wrong. I mean, there's only a select few that aren't even vocal that are like okay with it.
But like the protest had like people setting trash.
Yeah, like full riots and stuff like that, which definitely
like
isn't the way to go.
Bombing places, like shooting people. They killed an innocent kid. A kid. Like, he had his girlfriend, and he had... So, okay. An Uber driver was just trying to drive this person, or trying to go back, or trying to find this person, and he was in the middle of the protest. And then this kid had like an AK around him, right? And this Uber driver was an army man. All right, he was in the army. He was military and stuff like that. And he had license to to hold.
Mm-hmm.
And this kid was people were protesting on his car to the point where he ended up shooting this kid. And this kid lost his life. His girlfriend was there. His girlfriend was like... He was a white kid that was supporting his black girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, he lost his life. There was another incident where this guy was just selling cigarettes. And some person came up to him and strangled him to death.
Holy crap.
Like, there's people that actually killed other people. And now there's incidents like a police officer sided with the black people. They're like, we're with you, we will march with you and stuff like that. And they did, and they gave them a hug, and like that's what we need. That's what we need. We need everyone to be together. We don't need to be like killing each other because
I think it also comes down to viewpoints and what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Like, there are a ton of stories, like, positives like that.
There's
But, I mean, it takes just a few bad stories to sour, like, plenty of good stories, you know? And when everyone's on edge as it is, it's easier to find something to get mad at than something to rally behind. And I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, I'll show the pizza.
Especially with how, it's probably one of the worst times for a presidential change and how bipolar everyone is, or not bipolar, but partisan, like how
so this is
us versus them kind of mentality.
This is recorded really before even we know who the president is.
Yeah, like fucking, it's supposed to be like told days ago, and we're just sitting here waiting.
Like,
just wait.
We know who's gonna win. It's Joe.
So this is hot before the Civil War, and obviously now that we all are used to protesting.
Man, don't listen to this. Don't listen to this guy. Don't listen to this guy. Did you see that guy? Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. We're not gonna get into a Civil War. But
please, don't be as negative.
Don't be negative. Please don't be negative.
Please don't let the country fall apart.
If the country falls apart, it's good. It's because of you.
We're threading the line, boy.
Maybe.
Huh?
We don't have one.
I found Tragdy.
Oh.
Yeah. So I guess we're just having whatever.
Okay.
Sam, give me that.
Oh, buddy.
You sneeze?
So no, he's starting to fuss.
It sounds like a sneeze.
Oh, baby, it's time for his dinner.
Oh. All right, let me go ahead and pause this episode, and I'll be. All right, I think I got. All right, we're back.
Back?
Oh
God.
Yeah, we're back. All right, so what were we talking about? George Floyd and the protest.
Yes.
So.
You're the host. I don't know.
But yeah, the protest has impacted, and like, you know how many funerals they had for George Floyd?
No, probably a decent amount though. I mean,
They had
rightfully
like
so.
3 to 6, around that.
Mm.
But yeah, they had like ceremonies and stuff like that, and dude, what the hell are you doing? I love you, Ben. You see this?
It's the fucking oh. It's like, okay, I'll eat more.
I got that.
That's some serious dad stuff there.
You gotta learn how to do dad shit.
Yeah, that's great.
But basically, this is really hard to fucking do.
Yeah.
Hold on. I think
your most serious podcast yet, and we're like.
So basically, the protest has impacted the world, and the thing is, it also made the virus even worse.
Yeah.
Because like it just started getting spreaded a lot more because of the protest, and that's when the second wave of the virus came out was people protesting and stuff like that. Which,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the protest was a good idea, but
Yeah.
the murdering and stuff like that, like, we can have a peaceful protest.
Yeah, but I mean, there's just so many people, and again, media and everything's gonna and a
And
lot
I
of
don't
people,
think we should.
negative stories sell better than positive stories too.
Yeah.
So, like it's hard to focus on the good things sometimes. So,
But the protest stopped, and then, well, before the
I don't think
protest,
they never really stopped. They've been pretty good about keeping going for a long while now.
oh yeah, but like
So-
it's not as extreme, like setting
Yeah,
fires,
yeah. Well,
like killing people
for the next few days until it, explodes again. Either party loses at this point, it's gonna get fucking heated.
Man, don't be fucking negative like this shit.
That's just realist. Both sides are gonna either or. It's just America's just all on edge pretty much at this point.
So okay, but before that, there was an Australian forest fires that.
Oh yeah, the bushfires.
Yeah, that had a lot of people have to evacuate and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
because Australia's government, I heard, handled that absolutely poorly. Same with the Amazon fires, which is probably something we're going to talk about in a bit, but they seem pretty linked. But yeah, both presidents on both sides just took an approach where like,
How about you talk about the Amazon fires? I've been talking a lot. You talk about the Amazon.
me? Well, it's like what it says. There was just a fire, and
A lot of people.
I remember
had
what. I
to
honestly
evacuate.
don't remember what they. It's a while ago now. I don't remember what month it started, but if they said it was a I don't think it was a campfire or like a thunderstorm, something like that. I don't know, but regardless, that one started. That got pretty big. There's been a lot of fires this year. Now I think about it. California caught on fire too because of a what was it? A gender reveal party. That's a meme.
Yeah.
That's a whole America's a whole meme. Hey, we got to be a part of the talk somehow. So we're gonna catch our country on fire one way or another.
I'm having a girl.
Yeah. At least we handled our fires a little better, but California is so used to being caught on fire that they have pretty good
Look,
precautions against it.
if I set toilet paper on fire, like, I know how to put it out. All I gotta do is.
Well, I mean, a roll of toilet paper compared to a giant, like the biggest rainforest on the planet, or highly flammable dead plants in like desertish
more detail
environments.
about the gender reveal. Like, oh, it's a boy.
Yeah, at least tell me the gender, damn it.
Exactly. I don't care.
I
about the
experienced
fun-
this too. Well, I guess more West Coast experienced that. They over there experienced it too. They at least should know. Give us some answers.
Look, I don't care about the fire. All I care about is the gender.
Exactly. We ask the real questions.
But around that time, like, there has been a lot of fires that happened.
Yeah, I just realized. And then you said one fire. I was like, wait, there was another fire. And I was like, wait, there was even another fire.
There's like
2020 is just a fire.
it's just a fire in general.
So we got the president's, like, the election this month, and then next month, we got the Civil War this month, and then next month is the finale. with
Don't
World War
fucking
III,
say Civil War.
with World War III, and we all just get nuked, and it's just a restart on the world, and we're back to square one. That's 2020. That America's, or not even America, it's just the world finale. We're just
Is
doing
that
everything
so?
one
That's
year.
how you think. So that's your
My predictions. My predictions.
your prediction.
Civil War this month, and then World War next month. I'm a fortune teller, trust me. Sources, I say so.
So, but yeah, I mean, the protests, all this stuff that's happened, it's gone insane. And the virus. All right, so let's talk about the virus. What's your opinion on the virus?
Viruses should stop working. Stop existing, viruses.
Nah,
All you do
I
is cause
think-
pain.
So
Get out of here.
okay, at first,
Name me one good virus. I'm waiting.
all right. At first, you were like, oh, it's just like the flu. It's just.
It could be. I mean, it still is. The problem, it's really not so much. I mean, for the elderly and like children, which I don't understand why we have schools opening as much because of it. But
dude.
But
every time
it's not too bad. It's just
I hear more. Where do you live in? I'm gonna have to
Indiana.
This out. Like Lafayette.
Yeah.
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 But like,
why was that relevant? I thought you were gonna say something more.
Oh, yeah.
Just ends there. You just added yourself more editing for no reason.
Oh, fuck it. I don't care. I'll leave it in.
Let's not forget. I don't want to get shot.
What's your address again?
Oh, yeah, here. I don't really care. Anyways, yeah, continue. Sorry. His train of thought just derailed immediately. He's like, ah!
So,
Oops,
what was I gonna say? Really, I had this all planned out.
yeah, what the heck? Do you have bullet points or anything? Oh.
Bullet points.
You're gonna have, your work cut out for this podcast.
My opinion on the virus is that it's just getting worse. I think we should all just stop working and just get paid from our jobs and like just be at home for 2 weeks, like everyone.
Yeah, they only half enforced it that first time, and I think if they just went all in with that first initial quarantine, it would have been a lot better. Because some countries did that. Now they're a lot better with their stuff.
I know. We'll have to censor it.
Sorry.
It's okay. My future brother-in-law's ass just made an appearance. I hope it's not like butt crack. Like, what I think is it's just gonna get worse. That people will keep partying. People will.
Hell yeah.
Doing.
Hey, I mean, if everyone's catching the virus slowly, we're all slowly getting immune to it, as it is apparently. So.
Some people don't get immune to it, and it's not just.
Yeah, I guess it is like the flu, where it does actually like kind of.
It's not just the children that are affected. It is people our age that are dying from it, because people that have like.
Compromised immune systems.
Yeah. Health issues or health diseases.
For sure.
Like people with diabetes die from this.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, I think the problem is making a vaccine is difficult too, because again,
that brings me up to my.
It's like the flu, where it also kind of mutates slightly. So so the first vaccine for like coronavirus hypothetically might not work next year, or the year after that kind of thing.
My theory on that is it's gonna take a lot longer than everyone thinks for the vaccine. Like, I don't think it's gonna be out for next year. It's not gonna be done by next year. No way. No fucking way.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna take up to 10 years to make a vaccine.
Like, we're in for it.
We're in for it. We're in for the ride. We're buckled in.
We're gonna be wearing masks 2030.
2030.
Like, we're finally.
People are probably just gonna say fuck it by then. Like, if I die, I die. I've been dealing with this since I was like 15.
Now I'm 25.
Yeah, it's like, oh well, care. If I die, I die. Screw you, Corona. I'm not wearing a mask.
But like that's the thing. Is the mask really doing anything?
It is a little bit. It's actually really cool seeing like stuff like the Spanish flu and stuff, where people had to wear masks back then. A lot of stuff like kind of loops in like history, it seems.
So that brings me up to my next things. The Spanish flu, like, it started in 1918 and it ended in 1920. You know how it ended?
A lot of people died.
You know how it ended? How they cured it?
How they cured it?
Somebody stepped outside and complete sunlight, and it just got rid of it.
What?
Yes.
Bro, I need some sources, but no way. I actually don't know how.
But you know how it started?
I don't know. It's a flu. It just kind of
No, it
just
started
kind
from
of
a
appears.
mosquito.
And what? Your mic was a little further away for a second.
Mosquito.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Gotta fuck it. I hate mosquitoes, man. They're the worst.
All right, I'm gonna have to take another break.
Oh, a break. There was what?
So okay, there was a guy that got rid of the Spanish flu without the vaccine. There was a guy.
I mean, yeah, you could.
Like
survive
you could survive it, but like there was a guy and they didn't know how, and he went into direct sunlight, and they don't have to use the vaccine anymore, and it's just not around because everyone goes outside for direct sunlight.
No, it's because it's a disease that we don't really interact with anymore. Like it killed a lot of its hosts, and then a lot of people. So either, well, as grim as it is, either people died from it, or they got the vaccine / grew an immunity to it, and so it phased itself out. And there's still now there was no way for it to spread, and the few people who had it are now immune to it, and they don't spread it anymore. It just died out as a disease.
But the thing about the coronavirus is it mutates and stuff like that, and you could get it more than once.
Yeah, because it mutates. So your body, and same for vaccines, all vaccines do is teach your body in a safer environment, pretty safe environment, how to build an immunity for it.
You want this, but you.
So all it did. So once you build an immunity to this version of coronavirus, the coronavirus can then mutate a little bit more, like the flu, because that's why you have to get more shots per
there's
thousand.
no way of us stopping the mutation.
No.
But
Coronavirus isn't going to be living with that. Like it's like the flu. It's something that we're not going to be able to. Eventually, maybe same like cancer. Like eventually, maybe we can cure cancer after a long time. But I mean,
the thing is like the coronavirus is going to be spreads. Like cancer doesn't spread.
Yeah.
But
well, what I'm saying is the difficulty of preventing it. And I'm not trying to like equate. I'm definitely not like a medical professional, but what I was trying to equate was they're both things that are really hard to defend against. Flu more so because it mutates, cancer because it's just something that happens, that it's hard to prevent and it's hard to detect before it's something dangerous. Well, I guess cancer's always dangerous, I should say, but before it can cause damage.
All right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think it's gonna go. It's not gonna go away. It's just gonna be around, just like the flu. But hopefully, because doesn't the regular flu it mutates, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's why I had to get vaccines. If you do choose to get vaccines for flus, you have to do it every year or so, or however many years, because they mutate.
And
that's why there's now a different strand of COVID recently that you lose taste
every
or
year
something.
The vaccine changes, but COVID mutates.
Yeah.
So much more than the regular flu.
Mm-hmm. That
we would have to do it maybe every month.
At that point, it wouldn't be worth it, honestly. Or I mean, I guess for some people, yeah, especially for people who have bad immune systems.
Yeah.
But I don't say it'd go down to a monthly basis. I would say at most about a half a year, like a yearly basis, and it'd probably be something like the flu eventually. Like people are gonna at least get some types of a little bit of immune partially to it, so your body might be able to. But then again, I'm not a medical professional, so it's definitely difficult. That's why we're still making vaccines for it. And even if people did make a vaccine right now for it, it's something that then they have to go through the then has to get approved and tested before it's widespread.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something we're gonna be dealing with. For
But
the next long
I
time.
think in the years ahead of us, after this year, it's going to change, how we live our lives for the rest of our lives. Is this is going to be we're living in history, as everyone's been saying.
we're
Yeah.
living history right now. Like this is
For
gonna
sure.
be like in history books, like decades.
Yeah.
Now, like
Yeah, for sure. It's it's gonna look back on because I mean it's not as lethal as the Spanish flu because that's something. I mean it just seems to be like our next.
the thing
big
is, like
disease
the
outbreak.
amount of people that died from it was 50 million,
Yeah,
approximately.
and also I mean it's also not so, most of the time, especially with our
It was like
statistics we're getting
approximately
now.
7
This isn't
to
direct
100
deaths from
million.
COVID, but it will also like if you have COVID and you died, they will then put you in that statistic. So it's not as deadly as something like the Spanish flu.
And,
And
like-
before that, the Black Plague and stuff like that. There's
So
humanity.
okay,
Can you talk more into detail about the Black Plague? Because I don't really know a whole lot about the Black Plague. I
It
know
was a. Well, if it's a plague, it's got to be. I don't know if it's a virus or what it was. But like, yeah. So it'd be something a flea had on mice, and it most likely spread around from somewhere in the Mediterranean, got itself up to. Well, it kind of spread everywhere, but it really hit Europe hard, really, really hard, and
it's kind of
it spreads.
it's kinda like
people
how,
were really unhygienic back then. There was
whenever-
nothing to clean yourself.
whenever COVID hit Italy, like the Italy is mainly around like old elderly people, like.
Yeah,
No,
I mean, it's not also just age demographic. It's how countries deal with it. So something like
And Italy,
Japan like closed itself off, barely had any cases. South Korea has a really intensive back catalog. If someone has COVID, the government will like literally research everyone you've got in contact, force them to go into quarantine, all that stuff, and they've got like next to no cases. Like, it's
like okay, so this is why I believe we should just go on to 2 weeks where we don't go out anywhere. Nobody.
Yeah. Well,
Like, and
America's
I'm
profit
saying
first, human life second, and how our
okay,
approach
but
is
like
right now.
the reason why is because this New Zealand did this, and they have
Yeah.
basically
Oh yeah, I completely
no
agree. I feel like
cases.
that's what it would be the best bet, but
And
I
I-
don't see America doing it.
I don't think anyone. I think if we did that and we just get paid for the 2 weeks if we work, like,
Yeah.
we should
Well,
be
yeah.
able to.
I mean, I'm wholeheartedly agree with you. I don't see America doing it.
I
America's
don't-
way
I
too
don't
for
see-
profit. Than,
Because we
anything.
need to make money, and that's all that
Yeah.
matters is money, money, money.
yeah.
But
And that's
the
why
thing
something
is,
like New
like,
Zealand was a good choice. A lot of
I
Scandinavian
believe-
countries, a lot of European countries actually did that. They just
And
totally
like
closed down for 2
the
weeks,
thing
and that
about
was perfectly
the
fine.
stimulus check, because the stimulus check was given to us, but why? Why give us stimulus check? Money doesn't matter if we're losing lives.
That stimulus check was just so the economy would keep pushing. That's all. That's why it's called stimulus. It's
And-
to stimulate the economy. So it's not for human lives.
But
it's just
it didn't stimulate the economy. It actually made
It
some
kept, it
people.
kept it going. I mean,
It
our
actually-
unemployment is
It
still
actually
pretty
made
decent.
some people steal other people's stimulus check.
That's just a byproduct. I mean, you could say the same for your tax returns. Just because you should have your tax. If you overpay taxes, you should get your money back for it. I'm not gonna blame that, and then be like, oh, but people still tax returns, so tax returns shouldn't be a thing anymore.
Well,
'Cause people steal that stuff all
I'm
the
not
time.
saying the stimulus check wasn't help. I mean, I think that
Yeah.
would be the way to paying us out, but I think we should
Oh yeah.
also be on quarantine, like 2 weeks
Yeah, I mean,
quarantine,
those are-
and
those
then
are
they
kinda
should. That's when they should have sent out the stimulus check.
The
It's
problem
when we
was
were on-
we also didn't like really fully go into quarantine when that
No,
happened.
we didn't, because
So
like
that's the problem.
there's these jobs that they say that are,
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Gosh, dang, I had a brain fart too.
they had what was it called? What is it called?
Gosh
What-
dang, yeah, I know the word. I know what you're trying to. I'm having the same brain fart as you. Required. I'm trying to think. It's not
Required.
required, but yeah, but that's not the word. I know what you're talking about. Like you get like hazard pay and stuff like that, or if the company was nice enough to do that.
Fuck.
integral job. I don't know. I mean, we got the point across, the integral jobs and stuff that they would
It's
do.
just important. Like, we need.
Yeah,
them.
I mean, there's a few that are definitely needed and stuff, but I think
Well,
a lot
I
of
mean,
companies
like,
took advantage of that situation.
I think like they should have just closed everything, like everything for 2 weeks. Everyone stay in.
Some things need to stay. I mean, yeah, but for the most part.
I mean, yeah.
But
I mean, I know,
some companies definitely took advantage of it. And were like,
I
oh
know-
yeah, we're important. Stay open no matter.
I know, like the thing about that is like the people wouldn't be insane. They would go insane because of their family, but like.
Not even that. I mean, like there are some things that need to stay open. So there's some people that still work. So you can never really fully close down anything. Not everyone's gonna listen to it too realistically.
No.
Quarantine. But
I mean, like I said before,
think
like
just
people
initial
are
first-
our age group and like younger will literally go out and party and just get the virus and then won't even care. They'll spread it and won't even care. But like, oh, I got COVID, but I don't care. I'll just give it to this grandma that's gonna probably fucking die.
most people are pretty good that I've heard once they catch it or whatever that they'll say. And I mean, again, that's some loud minority stuff. Same with like police brutality, where it's a thing that happens and it should like be condemned, but it's a thing that's very rare, or it's a lot rarer than it seems, especially because we will find small cases of it happening and then we'll blow it up.
Cause like that's the thing about police brutality is like whenever it happens, like bam, like it happens,
Yeah.
and it's like all over the news and everyone's protesting about it.
And rightfully so, because most of the time these police brutality shit's really bad.
But like
And our
whenever
system's
like
very
that brings me
punishment.
back to like the George Floyd incident. That was basically well, no, that wasn't police brutality. That was like assault from the police officer.
good. So police brutality.
So
They're taking
What-
advantage of their situation, so it's like police brutality. Like they took
it's like
unnecessary.
civilian brutality or something like that.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's still police brutality. That's why it's just
the other
taking
way
advantage of
around.
their situation and stuff. We don't have a very good punishment system for cops that are out of hand.
The
I
thing
think
is
it's
like
one thing that we need to reform the most.
they started out with punishing this police officer that killed George Floyd with just suspension. And
Exactly.
now
That's my problem
he's in
with most
jail.
police things,
He's
I
in
would say.
jail right now. Like he's taking
Yeah.
time.
Oh yeah.
All
He murdered
because of
someone. He should be in jail.
yeah, he should be. I think he should get the same fate as George Floyd. Like he killed this innocent man. Killed the police officer. Like, but that's just me.
Oh, that nonchalant that was.
But like, look, and this is the same thing with like George Zimmerman. Like he killed this black man, and he had like a family. He had a girlfriend. Like you take this man out of his, and he was not even. I don't think he was. He was just either a young adult or still a teenager.
Yeah.
Like you killed this kid.
For sure. Yeah. I think the problem is also where right now a lot of people are protesting, but I know what for, but like I don't know how people want to fix the issue. Like we acknowledge that police brutality is a thing, so like how should we fix it? I personally thought it would be good to have body cams all times, and then also a better punishment system, better judicial system against corrupt cops, and I feel like that would go a long way.
I think if a cop,
Because there are plenty of good cops, and now there's plenty of good cops that are getting bad raps that they can't do the job as well now.
exactly. Like I
I
do
think those
believe
go a long
that
way.
because like the good cops don't really get acknowledged for being good cops. They really just get
Lumped in.
they really get like the hard end of the deal.
Yeah, and I think the main thing is those. That's what I think would be a good reform. Is to
But
deal
I
with
think
brutality.
because like the corrupted cops, they know how to be a cop. They've learned they've trained to be a cop. I think they
Yeah.
should get worse punishment than a civilian.
I could see that, but in some instances, you got to remember, like, for unarmed people, yeah, for sure, no doubt. That's what I want. Like, I feel like
Exactly. If you're
those body
killing
cams be,
an
but like in
innocent,
some heated moments, like having a recording that's always going to see like how it is, then you can have an
I mean,
appropriate
yeah.
reaction.
Like if if the cop was just protecting himself.
Yeah, other people. That's what. Yeah, and that's what's hard because sometimes, I mean, if there's no like recordings or whatever happening, and police now, even if they have body cams, they can just like turn it off. It makes it really hard to hold people accountable when there's no witnesses of it too. And what's hard about it is there's like politics right now. There's really hard us versus them mentality that goes in this too, where some people are going to back the police almost no matter what, and other people are going to back like Black Lives Matter, for lack of better terms right now, no matter what and stuff. So it's really hard to keep an open mind or like have a productive conversation when people are so politically charged on their side right now.
So what do you gotta do at 5:40?
5:40.
Yeah.
I had to go. Actually, I might be able to squeeze it till 5:50.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
I'll
And then we'll finish the podcast after.
think you got. What else can you talk about? Lay it on me.
I mean, like the George Floyd incident and how that happened, and I do believe that that cop should have just been executed because he knows the rules, he knows the laws, he knows what he's supposed to do, and he killed this man.
I'm personally against the death penalty, and I don't want to get into that because that'd be a whole nother like fucking spiel for a while. But yeah, honestly, you should have some really harsh sentences, especially because he's a cop in a point of power with.
That's the thing about police officers these days is they feel like they could get away with anything.
Yeah.
Like
I think that's one of the big things right now that are
anyone that's high power that they believe they could get away with anything. Like even the president. The president thinks he could get away with anything. But I swear to God, if the president killed someone and we did a big protest, they would send the president. They would impeach the president, the vice president, put the vice president on there, and send the president to jail. And we would have the vice president become the new president, and the original president would go to jail. And I feel like, even with the government, I feel like the same thing. Like you cannot kill innocent people. You should have this. Everyone should have the same consequences as each other, and
I thought you just said a minute ago if like police officers should be held higher accountability.
Well, yeah, higher accountability. Like presidents should get the highest accountability.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean,
I don't
in
think.
that sense, I don't know. I guess
I don't think. This is gonna make me go back. So this is gonna make me change my outlook on this. I don't think they should kill the president for killing an innocent person, but I think he should be like held captive, maybe solitary for like the rest of his life.
Damn.
I mean, you're the president.
Commit a crime, make sure. Please don't be in my jury.
You're the president, and like you are the role model of like an entire nation.
Yeah,
you kill an innocent person.
There's also like tons of pressure, and I mean, it also is hard to pin blame sometimes. Okay, so if he like murdered someone in cold blood, like right there, then yeah. But I mean, you could also say, like, almost all of our presidents are technically murderers but they, at least for our past three with the Afghanistan and stuff, where they conduct bombings and all that stuff, and innocents die due to these bombings and stuff. It just gets hard to also do stuff like that, or like pin blame on them, which, yeah, they're bad, but they aren't the ones directly shooting. They're the ones sending the command, not pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a huge rabbit hole that I don't think we have time to go into now. It's just.
And I got time. You got time.
We got. Plus, we're trying to stay in 2020 right now too, so I think we've done a pretty thorough on some of this stuff.
I think we should get in more detail. I mean, so far it's like November of this year,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's not gonna get better. The virus is still gonna be there.
Yeah, I think we're getting a better approach at dealing with it.
I
slowly,
think
though,
I
too, where
think
people
a
are just
lot
kinda saying,
people are
"Fuck it, I'm
accepting
going
the
to."
fact to wear a mask and
Mhm.
not partying as much. But like I keep on reading these articles because you live in Lafayette, Indiana, and I keep reading articles about Lafayette, Indiana, always getting more and more cases with the
Yeah,
virus.
yeah.
Every single day I hear this, and I'm like, dude, I used to live there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's getting worse. I mean, it also just depends on what state you are in, because some people our state I mean, every state handles it differently, and so some might open up faster than others, and vice versa. So, I mean, yeah, we're getting more cases. It's just kind of happening. It's more of a fact of life at this point, though. Is what I've already kind of gone to that motion with COVID. Is just like, we just deal with it, kind of
It's just
roll with the
something.
punches.
It's just something that happens that we
Yeah,
just have to deal with.
so, and I think, now that our hospitals are better equipped to deal with it at this point, which is nice. And so, and since this state's a lot more rural, whatever, where there's not as many people, it's easier for the hospitals to take care of it versus something like it breaking out in New York or Los Angeles, where there's a lot of people.
That brings me up to my next opinion. I think the thing is like, okay, this is gonna separate people. But whenever you have it, I feel like you can have a choice to either stay home and quarantine yourself, or if you want to stay at the hospital, you can stay at the
That'd
hospital.
be cool. It's not feasible for people money wise to do that.
Yeah.
For people that have compromised immune systems or they're like actually like really sick, then yeah.
Yeah,
Other
I
times
feel
where
like-
people
I
just
feel
have
like
like flu-like
if
symptoms and you could just stay home and get over it, kind of thing. It
But
gives you less people
also
in contact
you
too.
also don't want to spread it to your family and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah,
you
or
might
I
have
mean, you could say the same
might
for the
have-
hospital. I mean, the hospital takes a lot better precautions, but there's a chance, like still a small chance, a doctor or something could get sick too. So
And
it
hey, look, you know what? You can get hospital food. It ain't the greatest, but
yeah, or you could stay home and have homemade food or whatever. I don't know. I think it's
okay.
personal.
The thing is, like, one of the symptoms is loss of taste, so you
Yeah.
can't taste anything.
That's
So
a new,
you might as well just poop on a plate.
I don't think that's got very much nutrients. Still look at it and throw up. I couldn't imagine. I can't imagine like your taste.
But you get lost of smell too.
I can't imagine like actually losing your taste to smell at that point where you could like not gag at even the thought of that. Right.
But no, I mean, like, how would that work? You get your loss of taste,
I don't know.
and
I don't even know if you get it back afterwards. I don't know honestly at this point.
No, actually, you do get it back.
I thought so. It just seems like something it maybe just blocks it. I don't know. I'm not a medical professional.
I've actually known some people that have actually had the virus.
I think it's a newer version of the virus too that has the taste thing.
No, actually, he got the virus in April.
Dang. Okay.
So he got the virus in April, and all he did was lost his sense of taste.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting.
And the thing is, like, that was the only symptom that he had. But
Yeah.
What are you doing? But all he did was lost the sense of taste. And then there was another person that got it that literally he had asthma, right?
Really?
So
worse.
this virus affects your lungs,
Your lungs and chest
and stuff like that. So he could hardly breathe. He was
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and he was just coughing, like dry coughing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he had it hardcore, and then the symptoms just went away. But both of these people that worked with me, they work with me.
Yeah.
they got it around the same time,
Mhm.
and I think, yeah, they both came back at the same time, but it lasted more than 2 weeks. They were
Yeah,
gone for like, I think, a month.
oh crap.
Actually, no, they got it in March. Actually,
Yeah,
late
well, I
March.
mean, you also have to wait like after you're done with the symptoms, you still have to wait that 2 weeks to quarantine too on top of that.
Yeah,
Because you can still spread it. So that's why it also would take a while for like your coworkers to come back.
but like, there's a thing that's weird. Okay, so one of my other coworkers, his girlfriend got it.
Mm-hmm.
But he's around his girlfriend. He sleeps in the same bed. He kisses her. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But he didn't get it.
Or you just didn't. Well, how long has he been like hanging around her then, or how long has she had it?
She had it for like 2 weeks.
He never caught it.
He never caught it.
Sure,
And
he wasn't.
thought,
I mean, he could be harboring it, and he's just not showing symptoms though. So, like, could still be spreading and stuff. I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not a.
but he was gone. He took 2 weeks off.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That might be what happened then. He could have
But
spread
he
it.
got,
He didn't show
the
any
thing is,
symptoms.
like, he got tested and it came out negative.
Really,
That's weird.
man's got a fucking grade A immune system. That sounds like.
But okay, so this is one thing that I believe is like it deals with our blood types, and it said that
Could be, honestly.
type O blood types are less likely to get it.
Cool.
I have
didn't hear
type
that
O. What do you
Type
have?
O, you're just immune. You're just immune to COVID. I am invincible.
What do you have?
Cough
Katina?
on me. Wow, fucking. Does it say on your driver's license? Yeah, just show that out. You already gotta bleep out my freaking.
No, it doesn't show it on your driver's license.
That's gay. I want to know.
You could just ask your mom.
She doesn't know. Ow. I don't know.
You're just
I'm
gonna
a-
ask a doctor
I'm
to
just built
test it.
different. I'm type W. I'm just built different.
You're type A.
W.
No, that's an actual thing.
Type C.
Yeah, that is type. I actually
Type
just have
C.
motor oil. I just have motor oil. I'm actually just a cyborg.
Yeah. But no, I mean, and that's something I've read is like, I think it deals with your blood type, and
Could be.
I believe that. I believe that.
Yeah.
But
Makes kind of sense.
you know, there's a cool story that there was an actual 91-year-old that lived.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, what? She lived? And then
Why she lived? She's old. She should have just died.
and then she died in a car crash the next day.
Fucking rip.
No, I'm kidding.
I was like, yo, that doesn't sound about right. You're like, I was so excited to hear this story, and then she died in a car crash anyway. She at least lived through COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible to like get through COVID. Again, it just seems like it's like a bad
So
flu
I mean, like,
almost.
I believe that like everyone could survive through it. Like every
I mean,
age
yeah,
can survive.
there's
If
a-
a
I mean, there's a chance.
91-year-old can survive COVID, I think there's a chance that anyone can survive it.
Yeah, there's a good majority of people that can.
But
So,
I,
I mean, I think
the
I think
91-year-old, even though she was old, she was very healthy.
Yeah, it comes down to that, how your body is healthy beforehand too. Like, I mean, if you're already in like a compromised immune system, and that's like those people pretty much need to be. I think we mainly need to focus on keeping those people kind of safer, and that's the main reason we wear masks. Is not for our safety, but to protect us from spreading it to others. Because all it does is just kind of contain it here. I mean, a little bit kind of gets off to the side, but now you're not like projecting it straight at who you're talking to.
I mean,
Or
yeah, and it can go airborne, and it can
Yeah,
spread
so
through
that's the whole point of
airborne.
masks, is just so to limit spreading. It's
And
not really for
I
yourself as
believe
much.
that they should keep the mask. Like, everyone should
I mean,
wear
they
a
are
mask.
for the foreseeable future right now. So
I feel like that should be our thing now. Like, there's no way we could go outside and just not wear a mask.
I think it's
Like we were saying
biohazard
about the
forever.
sun's pretty good about taking like what it rides like on your, not your spit, but the little bit of moisture that comes out of your mouth. It rides on that, and the sunlight can kill it pretty quickly. So outside, you're pretty safe, honestly, because it dies really quickly out in the sun. When it doesn't kill it out of you, but if it's just sitting on the moisture, me talking to you could still infect you. It's just a lot less likely if we were like in a building. COVID speech. But yeah, I think it's all stuff that's been kind of said. It's just shit where you have to deal with.
Yeah.
One step at a time.
One step at a time.
Hells yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
The virus is just. I mean, whoever started this, like, we don't even know the guy's name.
And Wuhan is pretty much gone at this point. It got flooded like twice.
Oh yeah.
It's because China built dams on the river. That's the thing. I'm running out of time anyways, so I don't want to start another rabbit hole. But yeah, it's whack. China also seems like it's lying a lot about its cases.
How long are you gonna be until you gotta? You'll be able.
Probably an hour.
What?
You'll have to. Yeah, I'll be gone for probably an hour. You'll have to carry. You'll have to carry the cast for me.
Oh shit. I'll have to remember what we were talking about.
Write it down. Or we could try to do a little finisher up. Maybe make it a part 2 another time. Talk about something else or more something in depth and touch up. We actually had a pretty good, decent conversation about the police brutality and the COVID, and that kind of took up honestly a good portion of conversation.
I think so. Like this portion is like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And
so
like,
I mean, honestly, at this point, we had a great conversation about 2020. And if we were to talk anymore, we'd probably need to research or look in different areas, just because what we've said is a lot of stuff people have already said. It's just kind of
our other ones are like 13 minutes and 12 minutes, and this one's 30. So like,
well, we talked about, I think, police brutality and COVID, which is pretty much the two biggest things.
That's like the two biggest things that happened in 2020.
So I mean,
honestly,
I feel like it's a pretty good podcast.
In total, this year's been pretty shit. Like, it's just been awful. It's been one tragedy after another. Like, we started out with this year by losing a famous Kobe Bryant basketball player to, well, now we're fucked because of the virus, and now George Floyd died.
I'm a firm believer where history echoes itself, where it kind of happens, not in cycles, but stuff kind of happens again and again and again.
I believe that sometimes we just... I believe that too. I think history repeats itself.
But like we've had, like what, pretty much almost like 100 years ago was Spanish flu. Another 100 years before that was Black Plague, and now our modern version of it is COVID. And I mean, our modern version of the big plague. Also, I mean, I'll do it really quick because I don't have much time. But if we were gonna have a global pandemic, at least it was something like COVID, where it's like the flu and not like Ebola, but crazy spread rate and across the world kind of thing, just because how interconnected we are in a modern day and age. It's kind of, in a way, not a good thing, but at least there's a positive where now we're making preparations so something like this wouldn't happen again to a global scale. So that's my 2 cents on the matter, Ethan. That's my 2 cents.
All right, well,
wrap us up, buddy.
Well, thank you guys for listening or watching this, the Duel Ethan cast. You can find this episode on Spotify for everyone that's watching it on YouTube, or if you're listening this on, or not Spotify, SoundCloud.
Spotify?
I would be grateful to
That'd
be on
crazy.
Spotify.
I was like, holy crap, you on Spotify?
But no,
this
SoundCloud. And for the people that are listening to this on SoundCloud, you can watch this on my YouTube channel.
See our blank faces half the time and hand gestures. That's what you miss. And also we have a pretty cool overlay. I haven't seen it yet, but I know the person that made it, and so I know it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I do too. He added an Easter egg that I haven't seen.
You can't say that was not an Easter egg.
Well,
they're supposed to keep it hidden. Boy, this man.
I don't care. Look, there's an Easter egg, guys, and if you guys can find the Easter egg on the overlay, I will do another podcast the very next day.
That's a pretty cool promise. Okay, you know what?
All right. Well, thank you guys. You can find Etron on his channel.
Etron. His channel, Etron.
You can find the other Ethan on his channel. He does.
Ethan Hunt.
He hasn't uploaded in like so long.
Ditto. No, you do your podcast. You upload.
All right. Well, thank you. I hope to talk to you some more after you come back. But thank you guys for listening.
Heck yeah.
Enjoy.